Hi guys, this is my 420 SEL Mercedes. It's a lovely machine. It's just come back from a 2,600 kilometre drive, and you would think that would be wonderful, but it wasn't. And the reason it wasn't is because the self-leveling on the rear is not working, and that going over potholes and everything was pretty harsh. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to measure the wheel arch to the ground on the rear and the front, and then I'm going to jack the car up, take the arm off the leveling valve in the rear, move it up 45 degrees, lower it back down, start the engine, rev it up to 1500 revs, and see if the car lifts. Okay, we'll do that. Well, I just measured it. It's 2 inches higher at the front than what it is at the rear. So I'm going to jack the car up and let's have a look at it. Okay, I can see a problem already. There's fluid been leaking on the left hand shock, and the where are they? And the rubber, you can see there, the rubber's gone up here on the bottom of the shock. So, but in any case, this side's all right. The left side is gone, so I'll be changing that. But here's our where are we? Come on. Oh, there's our valve, right? Just to be sure, I'm going to take off this link on the arm here on our valve and just put it up. Let's see what happens in any case. Well, just moving that valve, the car's gone up, and it's even now, about 28 inches both ends. So it's probably, it's safe to say that it's not the leveling valve. It is the shock on the left hand side of the car, and I'm going to have to change the shock. And fortunately I had the four-sided a while back, because these shocks you can't get anymore and everything, and I bought a couple of rebuilt ones from China, believe it or not, and let's hope they fit. I'll just do one and see what happens. Right, to change this rear shock, I've got the car up on stands, about as high as I can get it really. Now here's my new shocker, and I have a jack under the rear control arm thingo, and what you've got to make sure is that you've got enough height to take that shock out once you undo the couple of bolts down the bottom. Now I've got to remove the rear seat and backrest and unbolt it from the top and disconnect the hydraulic line. So I'll go do that now. Okay, the back seat comes out easy enough. You pull out your headrests, and each end of the back is a screw on this side and a screw on the other side, and one in the center under the armrest, which is missing on mine. And so screw each end, and then we've got to get physical trying to get it out, lift it up to get it out. Well, after busting your guts removing the back part of the seat, you fold back this insulation here, and there's a couple of plugs. One's over the hydraulic hose and one over the bolt for the top of the shock, which is here. Now what you do is undo that hydraulic hose and plug them so they don't get crap in them or anything, and you're going to lose some oil. So I just hope I got the car up high enough to get the shock out. Okay, I'm going to remove this banjo fitting here that goes onto the shock. It's a 17mm socket, and under the car I'll put a heap of rags to catch the hydraulic fluid. So I'll take this fitting off. Well, no fluid came out. Now I'm going to undo the top of the shock. Well, I haven't got a spanner small enough to grab the top of the shock, so I'm going to have to use a shifting spanner, and also it's a 16mm for the nut. Okay, whoever put those shocks in, I know they were replaced, those second-hand ones, buggered up the top of the shock where you grab it to tighten up the nut, and I had to get an angle grinder and cut the nut off. Anyway, two 17mm bolts down the bottom, undo them and pull the shock out. And now I'm going to put the new shock in, hopefully. Okay, new shock's in. I didn't bother tensioning that with a tensioner, it's just tight. The banjo fitting, they said 25 Newton meters, I just made it tight. And the two bolts underneath the car on the shock, 45 Newton meters. So that's it for now, and I'll take the car for a test drive and see how we go. Before I take it for a test drive, I must remind you to top up the hydraulic fluid if needed. I'll leave the seat out so I can see if the banjo fitting leaks when I come back from the test drive, but let's say everything's okay. Just got to put the back seat in. Bye.